Hello, hello, hello,
Hello.
and welcome to Tuesday Talks with the Conways.
I'm Courtney.
And I'm Chris. Sorry about the delay. We had, uh,
More technical difficulties.
yes, we, on our new platform, it just, Facebook wasn't wanting to connect. And then once we tried a couple things and still couldn't get it to work, we decided to switch over to Restream, which is our previous platform. And then we couldn't get Instagram to connect, but I think Instagram is live, Facebook's live, YouTube's live. So I think we're finally back in business. So welcome, and I'm glad you're with us. And hello, Vidina. Glad to have you here.
Yes.
And I'm
Hello.
so glad that we did finally get Instagram back up and running, although we only have one person joining us there. But we are glad that you are here with us, and sorry about the delay. But welcome to Tuesday Talks with the Conways, and so we're going to be talking about some really great stuff, and I'm really excited. Also, we do have some news. We are going to be changing to a new night starting next week. So next week we're going to be starting to have our talks on Thursdays.
Yes,
so
so
still a
we will
tea
be-
day.
It's a Thursday Talks instead of Tuesday Talks.
Yes.
So we really hope that those of you that join in weekly with us will still be able to join us. We have so much going on Tuesdays, and it was hard.
Yes.
So
A lot of our school stuff happens on Tuesday nights. We've got some friends that have concerts on Tuesday nights occasionally, and it just would be easier to join you all and do the live on Thursday. So hopefully you all can join it, especially those that have watch us live. I'm glad to see you here, Mark, on Instagram. Glad to have you all here. If for some reason that doesn't work with your schedule, because I know sometimes schedule is a little crazy, you can catch the recordings on YouTube as well as on the podcast app for Apple and Spotify. So hopefully, though, it really doesn't put too much of a damper in any of your schedules. But I hope to see you all next Thursday. Yes, same time, Shelley.
Just on Thursdays.
As my daughter would say, Jinx. She loves the whole Jinx thing. But yes, same time, but a new day. So hopefully that works for everyone. Now that we're back up and running and we're a little bit behind schedule, I will let Courtney introduce the topic for today.
Yes. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll have to figure. We will. I didn't realize that Stephanie had her meeting on that night as well. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll talk with our social media coach and see what she recommends, and we will go from there.
Yes.
But we don't really want to overlap someone
No.
else's. So thank you for bringing that to our attention, Stephanie or Shelley. Stephanie's meeting. But we'll keep an eye on that. But I'll let Courtney introduce our topic for the evening.
Yes. Tonight we're talking about healthy habits that don't feel like punishment. Because sometimes when we think of the word healthy, we automatically think we're going to be miserable. Honestly, I felt like, especially in my earlier days of quote unquote dieting, I felt like I was supposed to be hungry all the time. I felt like I was supposed to be miserable. I felt like I was just supposed to eat like broccoli and bland grilled chicken, and like I
spend hours at the gym.
Yes, I honestly felt like a diet was supposed to make you miserable.
Absolutely. And the best healthy habit, it really isn't a perfect one. It's one that you can actually keep doing. And this goes back to our yearly theme, our theme of 2026, consistency. And habits don't have to be perfect. They can be fun. They can be something that you like to do, but the best ones are the ones that you can keep going.
Yes.
And we'll talk more about that later. It's really important to have a sustainable journey, because we've talked about this before. It's a lifetime journey. It's not something that you're just going to do for a short amount of time, especially for us, because we have so much to lose. We're never going to we never really want to go back to the way we were either. Even when we get down to go away, we won't want to go back to the way we were living before, because then we'll get back in the same situation. So it is a lifelong journey and something that's very important. So it's really important to make sure it's sustainable. And hi, Joy, glad to have you here.
Hello, Joy.
We were a little late too. We had some technical
We had
difficulties.
technical difficulties again.
Yes,
So.
absolutely. So we will talk a little more about that. But there's this stereotype like I'm on a healthy journey. I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. I gotta eat like Courtney mentioned, just plain chicken and broccoli, no dessert, spend hours at the gym, drink a gallon of water. Thank you, Joy. I posted a picture on my Facebook about with the transfer. Technically, it's kind of a face-to-face, but it's still a transformation photo. I am very close to another major milestone, and you all will be one of the first to hear it. So when I make that milestone, I will share it with you all. I'm hoping very soon. But yes, thank you so much for your support, Joy. Yes, we associate getting healthy with giving things up. And that doesn't have to be that way. We've talked about it's not sustainable if you give up everything that you lose.
Yeah. But have you ever done something and been like, because it's supposed to be the healthy thing to do, and you just think to yourself, there's no way that I can do this forever. It works for some people, but it doesn't work for you. Like he said, getting up at 5 a.m. We used to do that. We used to be the early risers, going to the gym at 5 a.m. We just we're not able to do that anymore. Sometimes, I mean, we might get back to it, but that's not everybody. That is some people like Joy.
Joy gets up really early, to work like 4:30 to do her hoop lesson because she's a teacher. And so that works for her. And it used to work for us back before we had a kid in school.
Yeah.
So now we have to drag her up and get her ready, and it's just not really sustainable either. Thank you, Shelley.
Yes. But the whole point is doing things that are sustainable for you that do not feel like punishment.
Absolutely. And one of the things we talked about in the past and that goes along with the healthy habits that don't feel like punishment is start small.
Like crazy, like ridiculously small, like almost feels like it's not going to make a difference, kind of small.
Goes back to what Joy has mentioned before multiple times on our podcast, habit stacking kind of thing. Just start small. So instead of saying, I'm going to go to the gym 6 days a week, which is not sustainable, especially right off the bat, we do go to the gym now.
If I have time for 6 days a week, I do.
But we didn't start off that way. So start off with I'm going to go on a walk for 10 minutes after dinner. And start with that small thing, or switching instead of no more soda, which everyone loves soda, and we're kind of drinking soda water, which does count towards hydration. But instead of saying no more soda, let's start replacing one drink with water.
My mom has been doing that. My mom, like, she is a Diet Coke fiend. Like, that's literally all that you'll see her having. But now she has a big 40-ounce cup that she brings to work with her, and she started putting water in that. And just that one difference that one change is going to make a huge difference.
Absolutely. And sorry, correction, Joy gets up at 4 and works out from 4:15 to 5 a.m.
Oh, no. I don't know if I've ever gotten up on
But
purpose.
She goes to bed pretty early, too. So
yeah.
As long as you're getting that sleep, Joy.
I will say, I used to have a schedule where I would go in at like 6:15 in the morning. And we got up at like 4:30 in the morning to work out. But that was really the only time of the day that we had.
Absolutely. And then instead of cooking every meal, just cook one more dinner at home than you do on average. And I've said this next one before. Some people say I have to get 10,000 steps. You don't have to get 10,000 steps. Take your average. If you've been averaging 5,000 steps in a day, just add 1,000 to it. Joy loves her Pepsi Zero. I will have to say, no, thank you. You can have it. I'm a big Coca-Cola person. But Courtney likes her Pepsi.
I do like Pepsi.
She grew up in a household that did both Pepsi and both Coke. I grew up
like
exclusively doing Coke. We actually grew up doing just Diet Coke. So even before our healthy journey, I always did Diet Coke because I was used to it. But just add to those. So you, like I said, if you average 5,000 steps, try to go for 6,000 steps. And then once you're averaging 6,000 steps pretty consistently, then add on top of that.
Yes, but just remember, doing something small for a whole year is going to accomplish more than doing something extreme for 2 weeks. And
Absolutely.
Just only doing it for 2
So
weeks.
if you went on your 10-minute walk after dinner 5 nights a week for a whole year, that would do more for your health and your journey than, let's say, going really hard at the gym for a month and then falling off because it's too hard and not sustainable.
Yes, absolutely.
So make sure that you do those small tasks that you can do longer, and make sure that you go through it.
Yes, and another thing with not making it seem like punishment, find a movement that you actually enjoy. What works for me is not going to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
What works for Chris might not work for me. Find something you enjoy, whether that's Zumba, whether that's walking, whether it's hula hooping or strength training, or we love the elliptical. Like, find something. And sometimes it takes trial and error. Sometimes it takes trying 10 different things. Something that I forget about workout wise that is incredible is swimming or water aerobics.
Mm-hmm.
Find what you like
and
where it doesn't feel like punishment.
And it doesn't have to be conventional. It doesn't have to be going on the treadmill, going on the elliptical. It can be playing with your kids, walking the dog, gardening. Some people love to have a really immaculate yard. Mowing your lawn is physical activity. Pickleball, I've never really gotten into pickleball, so I don't think I would enjoy it, but it doesn't have to be conventional. Mm-hmm. You can play video games. We have one of those meta quests, and we do the Beat Saber and those punching games, and those count.
It gets your heart rate up.
Yes, those count as physical activity. So find something that
Donna
you enjoy.
says she loves line dancing.
That sounds like fun.
I love dancing. So
there is a during the summer here, which I think it might be wrapping up. There is a tea company that does like barn dances and stuff that we've really enjoyed going to, and they do line dancing and square dancing, and it's really funny to see them do like the massive conga line, and they're going. But dancing is a lot of fun, and apparently Joy likes pickleball.
Oh, so I didn't know that about you.
A lot of fun. And it can just be a lot of things. And also one of these things, and I'll let Courtney talk about this thing, but do something during your exercise, like only watch a particular show if you're working out. And I'll let Courtney talk about that.
Yes, that's actually something I started a long time ago. I have one show that I watch, and I'm not allowed to watch it unless I am at the gym. If I'm on the treadmill or the elliptical. Right now my show is One Tree Hill, and it's like my 50th time watching it. I literally will watch a show and then change to that. Anyways, that is my rule. And sometimes if I'm bored at home, I'll watch an episode or something. But for the most part, I cannot watch that show unless I'm working out. Mm-hmm. So
she connects working out with watching one of her favorite shows instead of saying, "Oh, I have to go to the gym," which we're still like that sometimes. It's like I get to go to the gym and I get to watch what happens next. Mm-hmm. So that kind of tricks your brain into enjoying things a little bit. You're not always going to have motivation, but that might help get you the motivation you need.
Yes, absolutely.
Carmen on Instagram mentions doing aquafit weekly, which is something that's really, really great. And anything aqua, water, aerobics, those types of things are really good for your knees and easy for you to do if you have some mobility issues. Crystal
mentioned Zumba and YouTube workout videos, which we started out with YouTube workout videos.
Yeah, Crystal mentions Grow with Joe on YouTube. We've never tried that. We loved watching YouTube. We did the Leslie Sansone's Walk at Home.
Mm-hmm. We loved it.
Joy watches Prime TV, and while working out, and Lone Star Law is the show that her go-to when it comes to working out. So that's amazing. I bet you can watch quite a few episodes early in the morning before Chris gets up and you're hula hooping. So that's really, really awesome. So the idea is just to help those positive connections with
help you
working
to
out.
Not see it as something negative, but see it as something that you're excited about, you're enjoying because I get to watch my show.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Joy mentioned silver sneakers. I've never heard of silver sneakers before, but our gym has that. We have a sign on the door that says brand new silver sneakers. So that's something to keep an eye out too. But what you should think about is if calories burned didn't matter at all, what physical activity would you enjoy doing? So if you would enjoy doing it, regardless of whether it burns calories or not, try to find something like that you would enjoy doing regardless. Don't think of it as, I have to get a workout and doing fun. Exactly. Yes, Crystal, she is full of energy. But she's also, like she mentioned, she goes to bed early. So as soon as this life is over, she's going to be in bed. So
she stays up late just for us.
Yeah. So she's such a good friend, sacrificing a little bit of sleep to help support us. So you can eat healthy food without sad food. So you don't have to eat the bland chicken and broccoli. Courtney hates broccoli. I like it.
I like it if it's burnt. It has to be charred. Basically, it tastes like you're eating burnt something.
Absolutely. But so instead of thinking about, I can't have that, think about adding instead of subtracting.
We've talked about this all the time, especially like you guys know my yogurt bowls and my Reese's. If I want a Reese's, the best way for me to have that is to add it to a yogurt bowl or add it to something else. Same thing with frosting. We've learned that with frosting. We'll add some frosting to like a Sola bagel, which is full of protein, full of fiber, but we'll put frosting on that. And I feel like I'm having like cake or dessert, but I'm only having like, he'll literally weigh it out and it's less than a serving worth of frosting. But like, have what you want with what you need, have what you want with something more nutritional. And it feels like you're getting that treat without going crazy overboard.
Enjoy mentions water skiing. I've not tried that. I mean, the Courtney doesn't know how to swim.
I can't swim, so nope. Him getting me in the water just to walk is more than I really want to do.
My dream would be one day to be able to go just floating down the river lazily in those tubes. But right, she's still.
He would have to do that with like Kathleen, and I'd just be like, "See y'all later, going shopping."
Exactly. But so going back to having what you want with some of the, if you want to have pizza, great. You can't not have pizza. Enjoy your pizza, but add a little bit of salad or add some vegetables with it, or go for a healthier pizza.
But I just want to throw it out there. If you have a Costco membership, a slice of their cheese pizza is 42 grams of protein.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just pile it high with cheese.
It's not
healthy,
something.
Right?
It's not something you'd want to do every day per se, but that's a decent amount of protein, and that can be. You can make that fit in your day for sure. Don't take away completely dessert. Enjoy your dessert. We love our desserts. We have our unhealthy desserts in moderation as treats, but you can. Make sure you can do some substitutions and get your healthy, get your desserts, make them a little bit more healthy, and still enjoy them.
Yes, I have a major sweet tooth. Like I would not make it on a health journey without sweet stuff. So finding ways to have something sweet, like tonight, I'm gonna have some zero sugar pudding, but it's sweet. So I'm going to feel like I'm having something that I'm not supposed to have. Last night I had the same thing, but I added a Reese's to it. I might do it tonight, but finding ways to have my sweet things without going crazy has been tremendous for me.
You're right. Vicky mentioned she's hopping up on YouTube a little bit late, but glad to have you here, Vicky. And then Donna mentions her husband and I, and her love drumming, cardio drumming. I don't think I've ever heard about that.
Like, I mean, is it literally just like boom, 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 boom?
I would imagine so.
I can see that would like burn some calories.
You're absolutely very, very active. And that's anything you can do, especially if you have limited mobility, definitely is good to get movement. Salem skiing.
You would.
Oh, goodness. I didn't even know what Salem skiing was.
I would die. Literally, like I would die.
She probably wouldn't, but
she Salem skis. I'm sorry, I don't think we read the whole because I was like, of course she would.
I've never heard of Salem skiing. So Salem skiing, for those of you who don't know, like Courtney and I didn't know, is skiing with one of the ski. It's very hard to do, but you gain a lot of muscle. I would imagine you'd gain a lot of muscle that way. But make the healthy choice the easy choice. Willpower is overrated. You're not always going to have the willpower to push forward. Yes, Joy mentions the moose tracks with peanut butter and chocolate sauce. Absolutely. But your environment can do a lot of work for you. If you want to drink water, keep more a bottle of water with you. If you want more fruit for snacks, wash it and put it somewhere visible. We've talked about that, having the more healthier items visible within arm's reach. So if you're hungry and snacky, go grab it. Don't necessarily hide, but have the unhealthier things harder to get, so they're not something at the forefront of your mind.
Yes. If you want to walk after dinner, leave your shoes where they're visible. If you want to eat more protein, keep a couple easy protein options available. That's something that I do. I buy like protein chips, protein bars, and protein drinks because I sometimes struggle with getting my protein in. So if you want more protein, do that. But just find things that the point of all of this is to find things that you enjoy. Not things that make you feel miserable.
Absolutely.
Also, throw it out there. When you're having those protein options, whether it be a protein bar or protein drink, make sure it's something that you like. Like that stuff's expensive. Don't get something just because it has 30 grams of protein, but it's disgusting. Get something you like. And
we're quite
sometimes
picky
it
with
takes
our protein.
trial and error. We are. I don't like if it has a crazy aftertaste. So get something you like and don't get it just because it's got a lot of protein, because it's not always good.
Absolutely. Also, make good habits that require fewer decisions. So if you've got a favorite water cup, Courtney has like 30 favorite water cups. This is one is her current water cup.
This is my plain water cup. I have other cups for my flavored waters.
Absolutely. If you want to do more walking, find a favorite podcast. If you like to cook, add some music to it and get a little bit of dancing in while you're cooking.
I pace while I'm cooking to get some extra steps in.
Absolutely. And Donna mentions frozen banana with PB Fit drizzle. That sounds really good. Almost like an ice cream treat too. And then also, health isn't just about food and exercise. We've talked about this multiple times just because it's so important. But your sleep is very, very, very important. Our daughter sometimes has a hard time going to sleep, and I tell her that sleep is essential. It helps her grow. It helps her be healthy. It helps her learn at school. So it's very, very important. So it's also still very important for adults, even after you've done most of your growing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you need to make sure you have things like a good bedtime routine. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're taking breaks throughout the day. That's something that I struggle with. And I realize the days that I'm like, go, 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 I haven't had my water and I haven't eaten enough. I forget to eat if I'm crazy busy and I don't drink my water. A lot of times when I'm go, 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 I have had some movement, but everything else is like, so make sure you're taking breaks for yourself.
Absolutely, and go outside. I went to go take Courtney to work today because we're one car down because it's in the shop. And we went outside and the sun was bearing down and it was a little on the warm side, but I just stood there and then kind of didn't look up directly at the sun, but I just pointed my face up and she's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "I'm enjoying the sun." That little bit of time outside helps lift your mood. It gets you some vitamin D. So you don't have to go spend crazy amounts of time outside, especially if it's hotter than Hades down here. But get some time outside and spend a little bit of a healthy dose of time in the sun without risking, getting sunburn or whatnot.
Yes. And one thing that I struggle with is setting boundaries. If you need to set boundaries with people or with like work, with friends, set those boundaries if it's going to mess up any of your mental health, because mental health is another thing that you need to have in order for this health journey to not feel miserable.
Boundaries is great, especially Joy does a really good job. If someone brings sweet treats to her work, she has a really good boundary. Thank you. And then she lets somebody else have it because she's down 24.4 pounds and she's got a wedding that she's prepping for. And she hasn't gotten there by saying yes to treats all the time. She still has her treats because she talked about those moose tracks. But it's very important to have those boundaries. Yes, it's okay for me to have this. No, I don't want to have this because it's not going to be good for my journey. All right. Let's see. Where are we at on time?
We have about 5-6 more minutes.
Yep.
And then one more thing is stop using healthy habits as punishment. Like saying really I ate too much yesterday, so I need to work out today. You don't have to earn that food. You work out because it's good for you, not because you ate too much.
Absolutely.
You don't need to use healthy habits as a punishment. I had dessert, so I need to burn it off. No. You don't have to. You get to work out if you want to, but don't do it as punishment because then your mind is going to equate those things like working out to something negative.
Absolutely. Working out is not a punishment. If you want to work out a little bit more, absolutely do that. But it's not, we don't want to make it a punishment because like she mentioned, your brain will have a negative connection with working out. Working out as a punishment, you're not going to want to work out. So definitely don't do that. Let's see. And then eat vegetables because they're good for you, not because you need to earn dessert. You don't earn dessert. You deserve a treat, but within reason, on occasion, and without going overboard. Yeah. Absolutely. So think about if I do this for 5 years. So the journey we're on, with the plan that we're on, the food that we're eating, the exercise we're doing, we feel like we could do this a very long time. And we have. Even when we've plateaued, we weren't as consistent. We've still been doing this journey with eating right for 6 years is a long time. Granted, this year is the most consistent we've been in a long time, but we've not gone back like all those previous times. Like especially when I was trying to lose weight before I met Courtney, before I had these big reasons to lose weight, I would always do really great and then gain it all back. We've not done that this round in 6 years. We've done it. We've kept it off. We've plateaued, but then kept going, and now we're really doing really good. So it's very, very important. It's got to be sustainable. You've got to be able to do it for the rest of your life, essentially. You might not have to go as hard and be as strict with yourself once you get to your goal weight, but you're always going to have to keep these habits up for life.
Yes.
So now let's go ahead and move on to the recipe for this week. So we want to make sure we have enough time for that, and also respect Joy's bedtime. So let's go ahead and move on to
my bedtime.
Yeah, and our bedtime. Sleep. We've got plans. So let's move on to the recipe. This week's recipe is a slow cooker chicken and rice recipe that Courtney has.
Yes. So you need 2 pounds boneless, skinless chicken breast, a can of 98% fat-free cream of chicken soup, a can of Rotel, basically, a packet of taco seasoning, a cup of salsa con queso, whatever kind you like, and then a cup of white rice. Place the chicken in the slow cooker, mix together the taco seasoning, cream of chicken soup, salsa con queso, and the Rotel. Pour it on top of the chicken. Cook on high 3 to 4 hours or on low 6 to 8 hours. Now, if you want this to be more carb friendly, keto friendly, you can skip the rice and just shred it up and stop here. We like some carbs. So take the chicken out once it's cooked, shred it, put it back into the slow cooker. Like I said, you can do it like that and be fine. But if you're going to make the rest, cook the rice separately in a rice cooker on the stove. I'm lazy and I use instant rice that goes in the microwave for like 5 minutes.
Or use the pressure cooker.
Yes. Once cooked, add it to the chicken mixture in the slow cooker, combine and serve. That's it. Super good, super done. Super filling, delicious. 6 servings. This is a little more bite heavy. That's why I said if you want to omit the rice, you can, and it's still delicious. But between 6 and 11 bites, depending on your plan, 454 calories, 36.3 net carbs. Most of that's the rice. But it's a hefty 50.9 grams of protein.
Almost 51 grams of protein, which is amazing.
So you could also split this up into smaller servings if you needed to, and it would still be pretty filling.
Absolutely. So that is our recipe for the night. And Joy mentioned water skiing with one ski with the broken arm. That sounds like sounds like how you got the broken arm in the first place, possibly.
Yeah.
But if you missed the beginning of the episode, we are changing nights to Thursday. We did also just find out that one of the other coaches has the meeting during that time, so we will have to make sure that we don't overlap with them. So
we'll figure it out.
Stay tuned.
It will be on Healthy's Facebook, Instagram, all those about the change. So if it happens to be something else, we will let you know.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us this Tuesday for our Tuesday Talks. Hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye, guys.